All right, welcome to what is today? Wednesday class, 7:30 a.m. This is going to be a slow flow basics class. So really great to um oops, really great if I can figure out my stuff here. Really great to do when you are feeling, here we go. Like you just want to dissect something a little bit more, or you feel like you want to, oh, come on. What does that mean? All right, I think this is gonna work. All right. Back to what I'm saying because I'm trying to figure out technology and try to do this thing at the same time. So another really great way to dissect some poses and just slow down your practice. Um, so any props that you like to use, I definitely recommend them. I'm probably going to cue with some blocks, and then I'm probably going to cue with two big fluffy pillows. But to start today's practice, let's find a supported shavasana or a supported bound angle. So bound angle is going to be where the soles of your feet are pressed into one another, and then you're just going to fall back onto that pile of pillows. Or we can just do supported or classics child's pose with or without a pile of fluffy pillows. But whatever you choose, just find something that you can completely relax in. So if you're going to do bound angle, I'm gonna just bring the soles of our feet together. And if you want, you can just stay seated meditation, or if you want, you can also recline back onto that pile of pillows, moving your feet further away from you to make it a little bit more comfortable and a little bit closer to widen those knees. Or classics child's pose, big toes to touch, knees as wide as feels comfortable, walking your fingers down the mat and relaxing your forehead into the ground. Wherever you are, just slowly arrive to your practice. Just start by becoming aware of your breath again. And the awareness of your body as it weighs into the mat underneath you. Become aware of those inhales, at how long they are, and how short or deep the breath is. And just start to wiggle out anything that is starting to feel fidgety or just needs to move, readjust any supports underneath you or your body just to make it a little bit more comfortable. And just start to dive into your practice. Bring yourself and your awareness back into your mat and start to listen for the sound that you can hear that's furthest away from you. Maybe shutting down your eyes or making your lids really heavy, relaxing your eyes and all the muscles in your face. Bringing that awareness to any noises that you can hear around you in the room that you're practicing in. Start to name those noises, start to acknowledge them, and then slowly start to bring your awareness back to your own breath. The sound as it moves in through your nose and out through your mouth. Today's practice is definitely basic, but it doesn't have to feel basic or beginner. You can definitely level up anything that you feel here. And just because it's a basic or beginner's class doesn't mean it can't be challenging or it can't be rewarding, because everything in yoga is. And sometimes we dismiss the basics, and the basics are good to build on. Take another big breath, make it the biggest one so far. Belly rises. Big open mouth exhale. Good, another one just like that. Inhale through your nose, fill up your belly, feel the expansion in your back. Big open mouth exhale. Allow your lips to seal and your breath to just move in and out of your nose. Your breath is going to start in your belly, so your belly is always going to be the first to rise to move. Exhale through your nose. Let that breath grow from your belly up into your chest every time you breathe. So your belly is going to inflate, and then your ribs are going to expand, and then your collarbones might even lift. We're going to try that as a 3-part breath. Option to place your right hand on your belly, your left hand on your chest. As you inhale, inhale into your belly, feel your right hand lift, and then feel your left hand rise on your chest. And then your collarbones lift at the top is 3. And then your collarbones fall, your chest comes in, and your belly deflates. Inhale into your belly, chest expands, ribs lift, collarbones lift. Exhale, settle your collarbones, contract your ribs, draw your belly in. Good, go with your rhythm, your breath. Just a couple rounds, 2 rounds of the 3-part breath. Breathing into your belly, ribs expand, collarbones lift, collarbones fall, ribs contract, belly draws in. Final 3-part breath, belly, chest, rib, collarbone, collarbone, ribs, belly. Good, release your hands back to your knees. Take a big breath in through your nose, fill up your belly. Big clearing exhale out through your mouth. If you are seated, stay right where you are. If you are in child's pose, bring your palms underneath your shoulders, press yourself up, push yourself to a comfortable seated position. If you're anywhere else, if you're on a supported bound angle, roll to the side, gently press yourself up, and come to join us on the seat wherever you are on your mat. From here, we're just going to rock side to side on our tailbone, start to feel those 2 points underneath us, our sit bones. And when you rock from side to side, you can kind of feel them press into the mat. Try to find the very center of them and sit really, really, really tall. Bring your shoulders back over your hips, and then draw your chin in towards your throat and bring the crown of your head up towards the ceiling to find space in the back of your neck. So just in a nice, comfortable seated position, centered on our sit bones, shoulders over our hips, chin is tucked in towards our throat, crown of the head reaches. Tall spine from the crown of your head to the base of your spine. Inhale, shrug your shoulders up towards your ears. As you exhale, draw them together and down your spine. One more just like that. Inhale, shoulders up towards your ears. Big, big, big shrug. Exhale, draw them together and down your spine. Good. Another big inhale, find the tall spine. As you exhale, release your right ear towards your right shoulder. Gonna feel some sensation on the side of the left neck. Option to reach that left arm out to the side with your right ear bent towards your right shoulder. And just start moving that arm around and just feeling into the sensation in your neck and your shoulder, or whatever else is coming up for you. Or you could keep your arms still, just reaching out, palm up, palm down. Take a couple breaths. Remember to keep that breath rolling. Once my body starts moving, I totally forget what I'm doing. And we're doing yoga, and yoga is breathing. So take another big breath here with this neck stretch. As you exhale, release your left hand back to your left knee. Look down towards your right elbow, picking down at your right hip. Inhale, come back up, bring your head back to center, nice and gentle. As you exhale, release left ear to left shoulder. Stretch and sensation in that right side of the neck. Option to reach that right arm out. Maybe some circles. palm up, palm down. Switch directions or just find stillness, reaching that right arm out. Side's always just a little bit more tight for me. Take another big inhale here. As you exhale, release your right hand back to your right knee and then peek down at your left elbow. Just bring your gaze down towards your left elbow or your left hip. Still pulling that right shoulder away. Take another breath here. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, bring that gaze back up. Head comes back to center. Really gently on the inhale, peek up towards the ceiling to any degree. And then as you exhale, tilt that head down, pressing or bringing your chin to your chest. Good, one more just like that. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. Gaze comes back to center. Inhale, reach your arms up to the ceiling. Fingertips reach, palms will face one another. Thumbs point towards the wall or the space behind you. Shoulders might be finding their way back up into your ears. Just relax your shoulders back down. Not overly pulling them, but just relax them down. Palms still face one another. Press your hips down into the ground. Instead of rolling forward and pushing your buns out, just pull your buns back underneath you. Knit your ribs back in. Good. Inhale, reach. As you exhale, release your right hand down to the mat beside you. Reach your left hand up and over as if you're reaching over a giant beach ball. I like keeping my shoulder open, so instead of letting my shoulder collapse down, just keeping it open. Option, you can look up towards the ceiling. You can look down towards your planted hand, whatever feels good on your neck. Think about pressing your left hip down, reaching your left shoulder away. Feeling that tug in opposite directions. Take another breath here, reach up and over. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Both arms reach straight up towards the ceiling, shoulders relax. Exhale, release your left hand down, right arm comes up and over. Again, press your right hip down into the mat, reach your right shoulder up and away. Tugging in two separate directions. Gaze goes up, gaze goes down, or it can just go straight out in front of you, whatever feels most comfortable in your neck. Take a big inhale. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, come back to center. This time, open twist to the right. So opening to the right side of your mat, left hand comes to find the right knee. Your right fingertips come to find the space behind you. I like to prop them up on my fingertip points. Still bringing your shoulders back over your hips and a gentle twist. This doesn't have to be really using your arms to pull you in, but just gently twisting. First gentle twist of class. Option if you even want to incorporate it into your neck by looking over your right shoulder. Any amount, any degree. Just be very gentle with your body. Take your inhales and your exhales and feel the compression and the twist. On your next inhale, reach that right arm up towards the ceiling. Look up, see your right palm. And then as you exhale, cross your right arm over to your left knee, pressing through your shoulders, rounding your back a little bit, gazing at your ankles. As you inhale, coming up, your arms are now crisscrossed. Right arm is over left. Reach opposite hand for opposite shoulder. Option to bring the backs of your hands together, or the backs of your hands together, or wrap around for an eagle arm wrap, so palm meets palm. Wherever you are, bring your shoulders back over your hips. Lift your elbows up. You have eagle arms. Press your forearms away from you. Take a big inhale. Feel the stretch between your shoulders. And a big exhale. Stay. Inhale. Unravel your arms. Reach up. Palms face one another. Thumbs back. Exhale. Open twist to the left. Right hand comes to your left knee. Left fingertips come behind you. Gentle twist again here. Nothing too intense. Keeping it easy, feeling that twist. Gaze can probably go over your left shoulder if it feels right in your neck. Inhale, reach your left arm up. Look at that left palm. Exhale, left hand finds right knee, rounding, pressing through the back, through the shoulders. Inhale, come up. Left arm is over right this time. Reaching for opposite hand, opposite elbow. Option to bring the backs of your hands together or go for a double wrap, pressing your palm into your palm. Wherever you are, bring your shoulders over your hips. Elbows can rise up a little bit. If you have eagle arms, press your forearms away from you. Good. Take a big inhale. Feel the sensations that are coming up. Stay for your exhale. Good. Inhale. Unravel your arms. Reach up. Good. Exhale. Release your hands to your knees. Bring the soles of your feet to press into one another for bound angle. So if you started this way, we're just coming back to here for just a moment. So pressing the soles of your feet, your knees might come up any degree. That is totally fine. If you feel like you want to, you can also place 2 pillows or 2 blocks underneath to help support you. Otherwise, allow gravity just to bring those knees down to the earth. I'm not a huge fan of pumping my legs like this. If you feel like you want a little movement, definitely add that in, but nothing that is uncontrolled or tugging at any of your ligaments or tendons. Take a big inhale, find a nice tall chest. Think about reaching the crown of your head towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, just gently lean towards your toes, leaning forward towards the front of your mat. If anything feels too tight or too sharp, you can move your pressed soles of your feet away from you. Widening the distance between your feet and your hips will definitely take the intensity out of this stretch. Again, reminding ourselves to keep a nice long spine and just allowing our chest to fall forward. Keeping that breath rolling. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it out. Good. One more inhale here. Exhale, stay for the exhale. Inhale, slowly bring your shoulders back over your hips. Swing your knees to one side, your feet to the other. Coming to find yourself on all fours, so tabletop position here. Palms are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. Take a gaze between your thighs, and if you can see your feet, just gently move them out of sight behind your thighs. Option to keep your toes tucked or to place and press the tops of your feet into the mat. Knees are about hip width distance underneath your hips. Your tailbone is going to be neutral. So instead of it dropping your belly down to the ground or really pulling it up, you're just going to want to find that nice neutral position. Even taking your hand and placing it on your low back and kind of tucking and untucking your tailbone just to see how that neutrality feels. So just coming to find a neutral spine. Spine is long. I like to imagine there's a little fire underneath me, and I'm doing my best to keep my tummy and my belly pulled up and away from it. Another idea is to keep the distance between the tops of your hip points and the bottom of your lowest rib as short as possible. So just taking that space, shortening it up, pressing through your shoulders, just activating your scapulas and pressing through those shoulders. Your fingers are wide on the mat, palms are underneath your shoulders, and you got a little micro bend in your elbows. So fingers wide, press into your thumb and your pointer finger. By pressing into your thumb and your pointer finger, it will help alleviate any pain in the heel of your hand. So neutral tabletop, the gaze is between your hands, belly is pulled up, hips are neutral, water in your elbows. Take a big inhale here. And then as you exhale, press the mat away, dome your back for cat pose. Gaze goes towards your thighs or your hips. Inhale, release your chest and your belly down to the mat. Your gaze lifts. And as you are here, your belly hangs nice and low. There's no fire underneath it anymore. Your gaze lifts. And as if you're on a skateboard and your hands are the only things that are off of the skateboard, think about pulling your palms towards your knees. So you're really pulling your chest through. You're activating your core to protect that low back. And if at any point this pulling through of the chest starts to dump and pinch into that low back, just really activate that belly, protect your low back, pull it straight a little bit. and pull that chest through. Gaze lifts, take a big inhale here in cow. Good, exhale, press your way back to cat pose. Really pressing all the way through those shoulders, pressing your spine all the way up to the ceiling. Inhale, release. So here we're gonna match one movement to one breath. On your inhale, you're gonna go from cow. And then as you exhale, you're gonna press your way into cat. Linking your movement, your breath, taking the whole entire breath to do the whole entire movement. And then just very gently linking the two, taking your time, a couple rounds here, whatever feels good in this cat-cow. Once you finish your last round, come back to that neutral tabletop spine. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Take a breath. Good. Step your right foot back. Right foot is at the back of your mat, pressing into your toes and the ball mount of your foot. And then just a nice gentle bounce, just to stretch out the calf, the Achilles tendon, the back line of the leg. Come to find stillness once you feel like that stretch is enough. Inhale your left arm up in line with your left ear. So your left fingertips are reaching out over the front edge of your mat. Palm is in, thumb is up, bicep by ear. Now really focus on how you're pressing into that right hand, pressing into that left knee. When you're feeling ready, inhale, reach your right heel up towards the ceiling, bringing your right heel in line with your right hip, swimmer's pose. So you're reaching out, flex your back foot, press through your heel, reach through your fingertips, feeling like you're being pulled in opposite directions. Take a big inhale, lift your shoulders, heel and hand up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, bring your elbow and your knee to tap underneath you. Give it a nice tap, pull your thigh into your belly. Inhale, reach back out. Good, exhale, tap. Nice and slow and full movements. Inhale, reach. Good, exhale, tap. Good, inhale, reach nice and long. Exhale, release left hand, right knee back to the mat. Good, sitting back, hips to heels. We've done a little work on our wrists and our shoulders. So sending your hips back to your heels just for an easy seat. Start to flick out your wrists. As if there was water or tape on the ends of your fingertips, just flick them out and away from you. Good, and then flick them back towards you, which is always kind of weird. And then interlace your fingers, and then just start to roll those wrists out. I like going in a direction away from me and then coming towards me. Good, change up the directions. Release your fingers and just go back to flicking. And then come back to that tabletop. Fingers are wide, pressing into our thumb and our pointer finger, neutral spine. Step your left foot back long this time, pressing into the toes and the ball mount of your left foot. Just gentle bouncing, gentle rocking, just to wake up that Achilles tendon, the calf. Keep a gentle little bend in that knee. Come to find stillness. Bring that right bicep next to your right ear. Right arm is reaching out over the front top edge of your mat. Thumb is pointing up. Bring your belly back in as if there's that fire underneath you. Good. Inhale, lift left heel in line with left hip. Swimmer's pose. Really press through those shoulders. Take a big inhale, lift everything up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, bring elbow to knee to tap underneath you. Belly presses into your thigh. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, tap, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tap, elbow to knee. Good. Inhale, reach. Exhale, replace right arm, left knee. Good. Walking your hands up to the top of the mat. Slowly start to release your belly down. Release your whole front body down to the mat. Come down to your belly. All right, from here, stacking one palm on top of each other, resting your forehead on the mat for crocodile pose. Tops of your feet press into the mat. Maybe your heels fall out to the edges. Take a big breath here, finding that space in the back of your neck. Good, another big clearing breath. Inhale through your nose, feel it expand. Big open mouth exhale. Good. Lift your head up slightly. Unstack your hands. Bring them right by your armpits. Release your chin into the mat. Bring your feet together as if you are as if they are in one leg of a pant leg. So your legs are zipped up, completely pressed into each other. Chin is in the mat. Palms are underneath your shoulders, maybe just a little further back. Take a big inhale. Using your back muscles, lift your chest off of the floor for a little baby cobra. Gaze is right beneath you. Elbows are pulling down towards your hips. Same sensation as if your palms are dragging you on a skateboard. Exhale, slowly release your chin back to the mat. Good. One more just like that. Inhale, lift up using your back muscles, peeling your chest off the floor. Gaze is right below you. Baby cobra. Good. Exhale, release. On this next inhale, press up, press into those palms. You're going to be doing bring those palms a little bit back towards your ribs. So instead of underneath your armpits, bring your palms a little bit underneath your elbows. And you're just going to think about pressing slightly into those palms, really lifting your chest, maybe bring your gaze up to the top of your mat. This is locust pose or a modification of. Take another breath here using those back muscles. You are strong. You can do this. Exhale, release your chin to the mat. Good. One more. We're going to put this all together. So inhale, lift your chest up. Lift your palms up, bring them long, reach your fingertips down towards your feet. So your palms are down, your thumbs are out. And now use your glute muscles to lift your legs off of the mat. So pressing our hips and our low ribs into the mat, coming up for locust pose. Gaze is right below you. Take another inhale here. Good. Stay for your exhale. Hold, hold, hold. One more. Inhale, fill. Good. Exhale. Release your right cheek to the mat. Bend your knees. Windshield wiper your feet from side to side, releasing that low back. Good. Place your palms underneath your shoulders. Press yourself up and back to child's pose. It can be classic child's pose or wide child's pose. Basically, your knees are either together underneath you or wide towards the outside edges of your mat. Big toes are touching. Wherever your knees are, walk your hands to the top of the mat. Release your forehead down. Taking a moment here to ground in before getting into some more movement of our practice. Maybe setting a little intention or a mantra. Last night I set an intention or a mantra that the universe is my sugar daddy, and I'm trying my best to know that the universe already has everything I need. I just need to call it into abundance. So I am the arm candy of the universe is what my mantra is. Whatever yours is, think about it. Take a big inhale, fill up your belly. Big open mouth exhale, put it out there. But a couple more breaths here in child's pose. Palms pressed into the mat, pressing your hips back towards your heels. Think of a nice long spine. Good. Draw your palms underneath your shoulders. Press yourself up gently, tabletop position. Tuck your toes. Take an inhale, lift your knees off of the mat. And then as you exhale, slowly walk your hands back towards your feet, keeping a nice generous bend in your knees. Until you finally reach the top, you're going to be in ragdoll pose. So heel toe your feet out closer to the outside edges of your mat or whatever distance feels comfortable. Bring your fingertips to your shins for a little halfway lift. So fingertips are to your shins. The sternum of your chest is now parallel with the mat below you. You're sticking your buns out. You're pulling your chest through as if you're in cow pose. I like to have my fingertips on my shins for halfway lift because it helps me push my shoulders back and bring my shoulders together on my spine. So one inhale in this nice weird halfway lift for ragdoll. And then exhale, slowly release your belly to your thighs, big generous bend in your knees. Whoa. And then the crown of your head hangs heavy towards the floor, and your gaze goes through your legs. Option here to just get some of the wiggles out of this first ragdoll. I like rocking my hips from side to side. Option to reach for opposite hand, opposite elbow. Maybe you sway from side to side, or you bop up and down, or maybe you just find stillness. Wherever you are, lift up all of your toes, spread them really, really, really wide. Feel your weight go back into your hips or back into your heels. And then as you release your fingers on or your toes on the mat, bring that weight fully into all four corners of your feet. If you've reached opposite hand, opposite elbow, switch that grip. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Good. Slowly heel toe your feet to about a little bit closer than hip width distance. I like to bring my big toes to touch and a few extra inches between my heels. Coming back up, inhale, fingertips to shins, halfway lift. Sternum is parallel, shoulders are down and away. Take a big inhale here. Exhale, release, forward fold. Crown of your head hangs, gaze at your knees. Big bend in your knees. Inhale, slowly, taking all the time in the world, start to roll up to stand. So start stacking bone on top of bone. Shoulders, neck, and head are the last to arrive. Once you reach the top, take another big inhale, lift your shoulders up towards your ears. Exhale, release them down your spine. Your palms now face the front of the mat, thumbs are out. This is mountain pose, a nice strong pose to start your standing practice in. Really pick up all 10 or however many toes you have, pick up all of your toes, spread them really, really wide. And then as you stand there, you can start to feel the four corners of your feet. There's a corner underneath your big toe, that ball mount of that big toe, the ball mount of your pinky toes, and then the two outside edges of your heel. Exhale, release all your toes down to the mat. Really feel grounded as you stand here. Try your best not to lock your knees out. Have a little bit of liquid, a little bit of fluid there. Palms again, point forward towards the front of your mat. Shoulders are down. Gaze is looking ahead and proud. We're going to introduce a few sun breaths here. So to prepare, inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, reach up, look up, palms face one another, thumbs back, shoulders down. Exhale, connect your palms, swan dive, fold forward, hinge at your waist, forward fold. Good. Take a breath here in your forward fold. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, fingertips to shins, a little halfway lift, flat back. Pull your chest forward. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise to stand. Arms come with you. Sweep them up overhead. Reach up, look up. Connect palms. Exhale, hands to heart. Press your thumbs into your chest. Good. Let's do a couple more like that, matching your breath to your movement. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Connect your palms. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, fingertips to shins, halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, roll to stand. Reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Roll through 2 rounds on your own. Your tempo, your pace. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release, fold forward. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center. Breath goes in through the nose, out through the nose. One more round. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, fingertips to shins, halfway lift. Good. Exhale, fold forward. Bend in those knees. Inhale, reach up, look up. Press your palms together. Exhale, press your hands into heart center, thumbs into sternum. Take a big breath here. Big open mouth exhale. Good. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Walk your hands out back to the front of the mat. Come to find yourself in a high plank. Option here to drop to your knees if it just doesn't feel right to stay in a high plank or your low back is compromised. Wherever you are, really draw the space, shorten the space between the top of your hips and the bottom of your ribs. Take a big inhale. Stay for your exhale. This is going to be an optional chaturanga if you ever want to link link this between your movements. As you inhale, you're going to press yourself forward, shift your shoulders past your fingertips. And then you're exhaling let's exhale all the way to our belly. Exhale, release all the way down to your belly. Inhale, lift up for a cobra. If you want, you can press a little bit more into your hands, but still leave your hips on the earth. Exhale, tuck your toes, send your hips up and back. Welcome to your first down dog of class, taking the shape of an inverted V. Feet are about hip width distance. You have a nice bend in your knees, huge and generous, making sure that your hamstrings are nice and taken care of. Your hips are reaching up towards the ceiling above you and back towards the wall behind you. Your spine is nice and long. Hands are about shoulder width, maybe a little bit wider. Fingers are wide on the mat. Elbows have a micro bend, a little water, and then your shoulders are away from your ears. When you press into your palms, you press your chest towards your thighs. Your gaze is between your legs or maybe up towards your knees. Take a breath here in downward facing dog. Big open mouth exhale. Good. Let's start this flow today. Inhale, reach your right heel up for three-legged down dog. Holding here, pressing evenly into both hands. Fingers are wide. Press into your thumb and your pointer finger. Pressing into your palms, reaching your heel up towards the ceiling, keeping your right hip in line with your left, and toes are pointing down, heels are pointing up. Take a breath here. Good. Exhale, bring your right knee towards your right elbow. Plant your left foot between your hands. Option to drop to your knee and lift up, reach up into this low lunge. Or option to come up into a warrior one. So warrior one, any warrior pose is going to be a little different than high lunge or a crescent. What you're going to do is you're going to drop your back left heel to the earth. My heel is down towards the back right corner. My toes are pointing up towards the upper left-hand corner. So they're at a little bit of a diagonal. My right toes are facing completely forward. My knee is somewhere over my ankle, preferably out towards the pinky toe edge. And my hips are facing forward in this warrior one. So warrior one is completely squared up to the front. Your hips are still open to the left, but you're squaring up to the front. I like to heel toe my right foot out a little bit to make more room for my hips. You can place your hands on your hips and start to pull them forward to face the front edge of your mat. Any amount into this front right knee that feels right. If you really want to go deep, feel free to do so. If you want to back off a little bit, that's okay too. Hands can stay at your hips, or they reach up, biceps by ears, full extension of warrior one. When you're in this warrior one, instead of dumping the weight into the big toe side of your foot, really think about pressing into that pinky edge. So as you're standing here, think about pressing into that pinky side of your back left foot. Yes, a lot is going on. You got this. You're strong. Take a nice breath here. Reach up. And then as you exhale, hinge forward, sweep your arms back, palms down, thumbs out. And you're going to come to lay your belly onto your thigh. This is a version of humble warrior. A little bit more to the inside of that right thigh. My ribs are pressing into the inside of my right thigh, a little bit on top. Arms are reaching down, really pulling my shoulders away. Gaze is at my big toe on my right foot at the top edge of the mat. Still pressing in evenly into both of those feet, pressing into that pinky edge on the back left foot. Take a big breath here. Good. Exhale, stay. Inhale, rise, reach your arms up through center. And as you exhale, arms come out to a T, right arm reaches forward, left arm reaches back, warrior two. Turn around so I can see you guys. Warrior two, good. So same thing. Warrior one, we were just squared up to the front. This time we're letting our hips really open to the left side of our mat. Good. Arms are reaching in opposite directions. Instead of reaching really far over that front knee, bring your hips, shoulders back over your hips. Good. Warrior 2 is challenging. All warrior poses are challenging. They're really going to light your legs up, but really think about lifting up against gravity, but still grounding those feet down entirely into the mat. Good. One more breath here. Stay for your exhale. Good. Inhale, flip your right palm, reach it up towards the ceiling, reverse warrior. Left arm is reaching down towards the mat, down towards your left thigh, or you can bend at your elbow, bringing your forearm parallel to the mat below you, resting it on your hips. Reverse warrior. Whew. Stretching your right hip down, reaching your right shoulder up, reaching up, looking up. Really pressing that front right hip down. You got this. Reach up, look up. Good. And then as you exhale, come back to that humble warrior, arms out behind you. And then what you're going to start to do is start to walk your left foot back in. And then you're going to slowly press up onto that right leg, finding warrior 3. So arms can be back behind you, reaching. You can also bring your fingertips to the mat below you if that feels okay. If you have a block or a chair next to you, you can have that hold you up as well. But what you really want to focus on is getting your left leg and your chest parallel to the mat below you. So if that involves fingertips to a block, fingertips to the floor, fingertips to a chair, that works. Toes down, heels up on that left foot. Take a breath here. Good. Exhale. Bring your left foot to meet your right. Fold forward, forward fold. Ooh, that stuff's good. That stuff's spicy. Take an inhale, fingertips to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms on the mat, step both feet back, high plank or low plank. Option here to do a chaturanga or just meet us in downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower all the way. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Inhale, fill up. Big open mouth exhale. You can do hard things. Inhale, lift your left heel up, 3-legged down dog. Again, press evenly into both hands. Fingers are wide. Left heel is up towards the ceiling, left toes point down. Reach that heel up and back. Take a lift, take a big breath. As you exhale, bring your left knee to left elbow. Plant your left foot between your palms. Option to release your right knee to the mat or leave it lifted. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, release your right heel down to the mat. So right heel is now back towards the left lower left-hand corner. Your right toes are starting to point up towards the upper right-hand corner or more off to the middle of your mat. Your heel is dropped below your toe, so it's a little bit at that diagonal. So again, pressing into that pinky edge, bringing your biceps along, bring your arms up, biceps alongside ears. Hands can again come to your hips to orientate your hips towards the front. It feels weird. They're open to the right, but you're wanting to bring them towards the front. Any amount of bend in that front right knee, as long as there's a little bend. Good. Reach those arms up. Warrior 1, you are strong, you are proud. Remember not to drop all that weight into that big toe side of the foot. Really push out to the pinky edge of that foot. Good. Inhale. And then as you exhale, sweep your arms behind you, airplane arms, laying your belly onto your thigh. Maybe a little bit more into the inside of that left thigh. Square yourself up to the front, pull your left hip back, press your right hip forward. See what comes up for you with those adjustments. Take another breath here. You are strong. Stay for your exhale. Good. Inhale, sweep your arms up through center. Exhale, come to warrior 2. So arms are at a T, feet are still the same, pressing into that pinky edge. Left arm reaches forward, right arm reaches back. Bring your shoulders back over your hips, or even think about pressing your right ribs back towards your right foot. Oh yeah, this is burning good today. Take a nice big breath. And settle into your body right here, right now. Listen, tap in, stop the small talk, stop the harmful talk. You're stronger than you think. You already have everything you need. Take a big breath here, warrior two. Good, exhale, stay. Inhale, flip your left palm up, reach up, look up, reverse that warrior. Left arm reaches up, right arm reaches down. It can either be down towards the floor, it can be resting lightly on your thigh, or you can bend your elbow and drape your forearm parallel to the mat below. Reaching up, looking up, still all of the powerful legs have stayed the same for this whole thing, carrying you, resisting gravity, pressing firmly into the ground. A lot of space between the left hip, left shoulder, left hand. Reach up, one more breath. Good. As you exhale, sweep your arms back, coming to that humble warrior, airplane arms. Start to walk your back foot in a little bit. Come up onto your toes, and then slowly press yourself up, airplane pose again. Using your glutes to squeeze your lifted leg. Again, hands can come to your hips to find center, dropping that right hip in line with your left, flexing your right foot. Hands can come to heart center, pressing your thumb into your sternum. Or for full expression of warrior three, biceps come alongside ears, reaching your fingertips past the top of your mat. Again, bringing your hands to brace on a block, on a chair, on the ground, whatever works best for you. Drop that right hip in line with your left. Take a big inhale. Stay for your exhale. Woo. Press into the big toe of your standing foot to find balance. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, release right foot next to left. Fold forward, crown of your head hangs heavy. A little gap between your feet, bend in those knees. Inhale, fingertips to shins, halfway lift, flat back, shoulders pull back, down and back. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back. Option for chaturanga or just meet us in downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower your belly all the way. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, send your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Hell yes, let's do this. One breath, one movement. You can do it. Take a big breath into your nose to prepare. Big open mouth exhale, let it go. Good. Inhale, three-legged dog, right heel lifts. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Plant your right foot between your hands. Drop your right heel. Inhale, reach up, warrior one. Take a breath here. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, humble warrior, airplane arms back, belly to thigh. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, settle into warrior two. Arms at a T, shoulders over hips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, stay. Flip your palm. Inhale, reach up, reverse warrior. Good. Exhale, airplane your arms, belly to thigh, humble warrior. As you inhale, press. Little steps or one big, holy moly, press up into that airplane pose. Hold here for a breath. Stay for your exhale. Take another big inhale, prepare. Exhale, left foot comes next to right. Release, fold forward. Inhale, fingertips to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank. Option for chaturanga or meet us in downward facing dog. Inhale, press through your toes. Exhale, lower all the way to your belly. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Hell yeah, you can do this. Take a big breath in to prepare. Big open mouth exhale, let it go. Good. Inhale, left heel high, three-legged down dog. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Plant your left foot. Inhale, reach up, warrior one. Heel is down, take a breath. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, airplane arms, belly to thigh, humble warrior. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. Arms at a T. Good. Inhale, reverse that warrior. Reach up, look up. Good. Exhale, humble warrior. Belly to thigh, arms behind you. Inhale, woo, big press, couple steps into that airplane pose. Or excuse me, warrior three. Take a breath here. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Good. Exhale, right foot next to left. Fold forward. Inhale, fingertips to shin, halfway lift. Exhale, plant both hands, step feet back, high plank. Option for chaturanga or meet us in down dog. Inhale forward. Exhale, lower all the way. Inhale for cobra. Good. Exhale, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. One more round, both sides. You can do this. Inhale, prepare. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, right heel high, three-legged down dog. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Plant your right foot. Drop your left heel. Inhale, warrior one. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, humble warrior, airplane arms, belly to thigh. Inhale, reach up through center. Exhale, arms to a T, warrior two. Flip your palm. Inhale, reverse that warrior, right arm up, left arm down. Good. Exhale, humble warrior, belly to thigh, airplane arms. And with the inhale, coming up, press into that warrior three. One breath here. Inhale. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, reach. Good. Exhale, left foot next to right. Fold forward. Crown of your head is heavy. Inhale, fingertips to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, plant hands, step it back. Chaturanga or meet us in down dog. Inhale forward. Exhale, lower to belly. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, send your hips up and back, down dog. Whew. Last side, last little bit of work. You got this. Take a big inhale, prepare. Big open mouth exhale. You got it. Inhale, left heel high, three-legged down dog. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Give it a tap. Plant your left foot between your hands. Inhale, sweep up. Warrior two, right heel down. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, humble warrior, belly to thigh, airplane arms behind you. Inhale, reach up through center. Exhale, warrior two, arms to a T. Flip your palm. Inhale, reverse that warrior, left arm up, right arm down. Exhale, humble warrior, belly to thigh. You got this. Inhale. Ooh, one big lift. Couple little steps, hand at blocks. Hands on the floor, wherever you need. Take a breath here. Warrior three. Inhale, reach. Exhale, right foot comes next to left. Fold forward. Exhale. Hell yeah. Inhale, fingertips to shins, flat back. You got it. Exhale, release, plant your palms. Step it back for your last chaturanga of class or meet us in down dog. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower all the way. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, send your hips back downward facing dog. Yes. Take a big breath. Big open mouth sigh. You did something really hard today. Take a big breath in. Inhale, reach your right heel high, three-legged down dog. I promise I'm not tricking you. Exhale, bring your right knee to your right elbow, but then lay your shin parallel to the top of the mat for pigeon pose. So this is prone pigeon pose, so on our front side of our body. If you hate prone pigeon and you would much rather do supine, flip it over onto your back and take supine. Otherwise, your shin is as close to parallel with the top of your mat as you can. Your right foot is flexed to protect your knee. I like to come up on my fingertips, find a nice tall chest. And then as I exhale, I'm gonna look over my left shoulder, which will help pull my right hip forward. Taking a look to see if my leg is straight behind me. Inhale to center, exhale, look over my right shoulder, which now pulls my left hip forward. So now we're a little bit more square. Come back to that center on our fingertips. And then exhale, finally release your chest forward. This is my favorite option for prone pigeon. You can release down onto your forearms. If you have a pile of pillows, you can do that too. If you are lucky to have a couple yoga blocks at home during all of this, I like to take one block and put it right on my sternum. Rest my sternum, my chest there. And if I have another block, I take that block and put that right underneath my forehead. Set my arms, forearms into the ground beside me. Fully supported pigeon pose. Wherever you are, if you're finding that your left hip is coming off of the mat and you have, again, a block or something to place underneath that to help support you, please do so. Wherever you are, find yourself a little bit of rest, a little bit of relaxation in this pigeon pose. If you're like, hey, Emily, what the fuck is supine pigeon? It's on your back and it's the same way. So if you don't like it on the front side, come on back to your back. Figure 4, reach through, relax back. Whatever you prefer, take that pigeon and really settle in. Pigeon is best experienced for what I'm told is 5 minutes. So come back to that breath. Focus on your inhales, your exhales. If you can feel yourself squeezing your hands into fists or you're squeezing one glute, take a big inhale and think on that place of tension. And then exhale and do everything you can to release it. One version of pigeon isn't better than the other. Prone pigeon isn't harder than supine pigeon and vice versa. It just depends on how your body is set up and what your body likes. Take another big inhale here in whatever version of pigeon you are in. If you are on your back, just release your figure 4, bring your knees into your chest, give yourself a big squeeze. If you are prone, bring your palms back underneath your shoulders, fingers wide on the mat. Tuck your back left toes. Inhale, bring your right knee up, kick your right heel back, 3-legged down dog. Come back to down dog. If you're on your back, figure 4 with the opposite side this time. Reaching through, interlacing your fingers behind your thigh or in front of your shin. If you're in down dog, inhale that left heel high, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Let your left shin become parallel with the mat, the mat's top edge. Release your right leg. Again, I like finding that nice tall chest. Looking over my right shoulder to make sure my leg is straight behind me, which pulls my left hip forward. And then I peek over my left shoulder, which pulls my right hip forward. Finding a nice tall chest on the inhale. Exhale, slowly release down to any level. You can even bring a block underneath your forearms. You can do the block on your sternum and the block on your forehead. You could take king pigeon if you like to mess around with king pigeon. I'm not going to do that today because that stuff is crazy. Wherever you are, find something to let go of. Maybe even just releasing the tongue from the roof of your mouth or a clenched jaw. Prone or supine, on the front or on the back body, wherever you choose is perfect. And also knowing that both sides will not ever match, most likely. Your skeleton does not match that of the one from an anatomy class in high school or college. And then your bones don't match each other when it comes to left and right side. Bring your mind back to that intention that you had set earlier in class when you're in child's pose. Bring it back up, remind yourself of it. Take a big inhale and a big exhale. If you are prone pigeon, start to walk your hands underneath your shoulders. Bring your chest up. This time, just fall to the left side of your hip and then bring your right leg out and around to find a comfortable seat. If you are on your back, just tuck and roll up the length of your spine until you come up to a nice comfortable seat. We're just going to do log cabin pose, log pose. Either way, you're going to stack your shins one on top of each other as if you're making a log cabin. But the trick here is to place your ankle on the knee. So your ankle is just supported enough that your foot can wiggle off the edge. And if you come to find that you have a gap in this right knee lifting away from your left foot, you can place a block, you can place a blanket, something to help support that. Right now I have my right leg on top first. It doesn't matter which side. What you're going to do is you're going to inhale, reach your arms up overhead, and then exhale, release your fingertips to the mat in front of you and just slowly walk your way forward. I like to let's keep in mind keeping our spine straight and really starting to lay your belly towards your thighs. I like to think about closing like a clam or closing from the back all the way to the front. And then you stop when your body tells you to stop. Some people have the mobility to completely lay their chest onto their legs. I'm definitely not one of them. And that is okay. Flexibility is not a prerequisite of yoga. It's a benefit. Option to also bring your chin towards your chest, find space in the back of your neck. On your next inhale, slowly walk your fingertips back towards your stacked shins. And then just lean behind you. And I like just to switch my legs out with just a fancy little switch that looks like it should come from a Broadway show. Again, shins on top of shins. Your foot is off of your knee just enough so that it can wiggle, but your full ankle is supported by your knee. If you have another gap underneath your left knee, a block or a blanket just to fill in that gap is perfect. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, release your fingertips out in front of you, slowly fold forward. Again, nice straight spine, as possibly as straight as you can get it without going over the top. And then pull your chest through as if you're in cow pose. And then exhale, release the crown of your head down. Stretch in the back of the neck. Feeling that sensation of bending your neck and bringing your chin towards your chest. You can almost feel it in your hip, maybe even in your feet. And that is your body doing crazy things. The myofascial layer that just holds all your muscles. That's that sensation you get when you bend your neck, and you can feel it in your toes or your hips. Everything's connected, y'all. Take another breath here. Exhale, stay. Good. Walk your fingertips back towards your shins. If you have any gaps filled in, remove those blocks. Send your legs out long in front of you, and then just start to tap out the backs of your legs. Just little tapping, a little bit of self-awakening yoga. Good. Now bring your hands next to your hips. Press your hips off of the mat, and then bring your hips behind your hands and set them down. If you have blocks, you can do the same thing. But what you just did is you already folded yourself in your halfway or your forward fold. So a little bend under your knees. Bring your arms up overhead. And then exhale, bring your belly towards your thighs. Maybe your hands come to your shins. Maybe they come to grab your ankles. Or if you can, reach for the outside or inside edges of your feet. Or maybe even pointer finger, middle finger, reach for your big toe and pull your elbows out to the side. Wherever you are, bend in your knees, pulling your chest and belly towards your legs. And again, hanging that head, crown of your head hangs, feeling space, sensation in the back body. One more big inhale here. Big open mouth exhale. Walking your hands back up your legs, bringing your shoulders back over your hips. All right, bend your knees, plant the soles of your feet. Option for reverse plank or reverse tabletop. So first option, soles of your feet, toes pointed forward, palms of your hands pointing towards your buns. And then you're gonna inhale, lift your hips up and just reverse style tabletop. So instead of your belly down, it's your buns down. You're looking up, you're keeping your head lifted rather than letting it get floppy. So lifting up, looking up, maybe even looking towards your hips. Bring your knees in. Really push those hips up towards the ceiling. Lift, lift, lift. Take a big inhale. Good. Exhale, release. Option one more time to do reverse tabletop or now reverse plank. So I like to start in tabletop and then just step my feet out long, pressing either just the heels of I just like pressing the heels of my feet into the mat, or you can place your whole foot into the mat. Lifting up, water in your elbows, reverse tabletop or plank. Big inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Good. Plant the soles of your feet, bend your knees, rock side to side, find those sit bones underneath you, find a nice tall chest. Your only ab workout of the day, well, kind of, you've already been doing abs throughout this whole thing. Reaching your arms forward, bringing yourself slowly, rounding everything down, round your tailbone down, round your lower back down. Resist gravity all the way. If you can, just as slow as molasses, or as if you're moving through frozen honey. Oh my goodness, slowly release everything down. Shoulders and skull. You've arrived. Bring your knees into your chest, lift your chest up to reach your knees. Give yourself a giant squeeze. Exhale, release your left leg long, right knee stays tucked. Inhale, bring that knee out and around up into your right armpit. And then as you exhale, your right knee to the left side of your body, stack your left hip underneath your right, little supine twist. Arms come out to a T, really gentle, just like in the beginning of class, nothing forced, nothing pressed, just something to help bring out the workout that we've done. Gaze can go long down your right arm. Just allowing gravity to do its work, relaxing some muscles that are holding and tensing. Take another big inhale here in the supine twist. Good. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, return your right knee back to the right side of the mat. Bring both knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Exhale, release your right leg long this time. Left knee stays tucked. Inhale your left knee out and around up into your armpit. Give it a nice squeeze. As you exhale, left knee comes to the right side of the mat. You stack your right hip underneath your left. Physically move, like stack your hips. Twist. Arms come out to a T. Or if you don't have enough space, you can goal post your arms by bending at the elbow, palms face up. Gaze can go long down your left arm. Really gentle twisting. Still staying in our body for the last few minutes of class. Don't invite that thought back in quite yet, or don't get attached to what comes up. Take another big inhale here. Stay for your exhale. Good. Inhale, return that left knee back to the left side of the mat. Bring yourself up to hug your knees into your chest again. And then reach to the inside or outside edges of your feet for happy baby. and release your shoulders down. So your shoulders are pressed into the mat. Your low back is completely long and pressed into the mat below you. You're pulling down on your feet as equally as you're kicking your feet into your palms and getting a nice stretch in those legs. The inside will have your shoulders stay closed. If you reach for the pinky edge, you're going to open up your shoulders. If you can't reach either one of those, that is okay. You bring your elbows to the backs of your knees, and then you just bring your hands to the outside of your ankle. Wherever you are, release your shoulders, release your skull into the mat. And take a moment here just to breathe and see if you can't feel your heartbeat. Taking a moment just to be conscious of your breath and your heart. One more big breath here in your blissful, happy baby. Stay for your exhale. Hold down on those feet. Press your tailbone into the mat. Good. Release the grip of your feet. Bring your knees and your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. One last squeeze of class. Flex and ball your, make fists, curl your toes in, squeeze your eyes together as hard as you can, clench your jaw, just squeeze every muscle that's inside of your body. Give it a big squeeze. Now inhale, fill up, big, big, big. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then as you exhale, let your body go long. Release all of your tensed muscles. This is your final Shavasana. If you want to grab a stack of pillows that you have close by and place them under your knees, that'll really help take any pressure out of that low back. Wherever you are, find a huge point of comfort. Take up as much space as you possibly can and relax into your Shavasana. Shavasana is the most important pose of class. It's where your entire workout, your entire physical or asana practice comes to rebound or comes to really fully sink into your body. It's hard to sit still. So make the adjustments now with as least amount of effort as you can to find comfort and stillness. Rebound from your practice and just allow your mat and this room that you practiced in to hold you. And feel your breath expand in your body and then contract upon leaving. I have this deck of cards called Spiritual as Fuck cards, and they're just daily cards you can pull out, sit on your desk to remind you to just try to be spiritual in this crazy world. The one that I pulled today says, "You are not required to set yourself on fire to keep other people warm." I'm going to read that again. You are not required to set yourself on fire to keep other people warm. It says, you know how you can tell if someone is taking advantage of you? You feel like shit after giving to them. That shit isn't healthy for anyone. Put the matches down and back away. They can get warm on their own. Now go do something kind for yourself. That's better service to the world anyway. So you don't have to do anything in order to keep other people warm. When you constantly burn yourself out to keep other people happy, to keep other people content, you are left feeling burnt and cold. So the best way to be of service to this world is to do something that you love so much. And a lot of that time, it's self-care. Yogis, if you are in your Shavasana and you want to stay here as I close out practice and close down this Zoom room, please stay exactly where you are. Enjoy every minute of it. If you have stuff to do today, start to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, invite some small movements back into your body. Release your chin from one shoulder to the other, rocking your head from side to side. Let those small movements become big movements, like when you're waking up, long body stretches, reaching through your fingers, reaching through your toes, rolling out your wrists. Option to keep your eyes closed if they are, your lids to stay heavy. When you're ready, pick your favorite side and roll over into fetal position, bringing your knees into your chest, your bicep underneath your ear as a pillow. Taking this moment in the in between, the halfway or the in between. The in between, honoring the end of your physical asana practice or your physical pose practice, and getting ready to take your yoga out into the world. If you are feeling comfortable here in your fetal position and you are like, I'm done, stay right here. This is where I like to end my practice normally. If you're still in Shavasana, even better, stay there. But if you are ready, yogis, gently and kindly press yourself up to a comfortable seated position anywhere on your mat. Eyes can stay closed, lids can stay heavy, whatever feels right in your body. Once you get to that nice, comfortable seated position, inhale, reach your arms up. Press your palms together. Exhale, draw your hands towards heart center, pressing your thumbs into your sternum, relaxing your shoulders down, tucking your chin slightly towards your throat. Take another big inhale. Exhale, fold forward, bowing, sealing in and honoring the effort and our practice here today. Thank you, yogis. Namaste. If you guys have any questions, my students in class or people watching this on demand, always let me know. Email me, send me a message. I love talking about yoga. And thanks again for supporting me while I finish this certification. Have a good day. Drink lots of water and do something nice to yourself because the world needs it. Have a good day, okay, my dear? We'll see you later.